Good morning and welcome to the Better Thyself episode of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. We have certain emotions, certain states of mind, which are emotions crystallized in our body reactions. And that can happen anytime, with reason, without reason. And these emotions, these states of mind, are at times so perplexing and can be so devastating in our social and personal life that we need to get over those states of mind. And that's why I'm saying instant meditation. Now you would be amazed because most of the teachers, most of the gurus, most of the religious leaders and the life coaches have been telling you, go and meditate, sit possibly cross-legged or sitting on a chair, close your eyes. And then take 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. No. Meditation or mindfulness, according to me, is an instant reaction to your emotion, to what I'll call it, synthesize it. Basically, your emotions have to be sublimated. And sublimation, or as Aristotle would say, a catharsis of the emotion is required. So here, I'm going to deal with a few emotions, few states of mind, which can be everyday occurrence for you. And at times, you don't know what to do. So this is an instant meditation technique. Let's take up the emotion of anger. You're angry at something, you're bursting with anger. You want to smash everything around you. So, what do? I'm not saying count up to 10, no. Count up to 100, no. Go and have a cold shower, no. Focus on the sensation of being angry. You are angry. How you are feeling. Is your head bursting? Is the blood rushing to your head? Are you having a sensation of shivering? What you are feeling. And then imagine yourself to be somebody else. Somebody else, anybody. It can be your friend. It can be your life partner. Or somebody whom you have come across. And then, as that other person, ask yourself, why are you angry? What's the reason of anger? Then you try to think that you are angry yourself. Without involving the imaginary third person, you would never be objective. And if you're not objective, you cannot find out the real reason of your anger. And not only is a reason. Now, this is a conversation between an imaginary outsider and yourself. And in that conversation, you are telling your friend or whosoever it is, what's the reality. And there are no secrets between the friends. And you would find, and then he'll tell you whether your anger is justified or not. And even if it's justified, is it of any use? Anger is anger for the sake of the anger. And he'll explain to you the various dimensions which may be escaping you. And that process of meditation first on the emotion, and then that conversation would make that emotion disappear. Or, quite possible, you might laugh at it. Well, what are you doing? Why were you angry? There was nothing to be angry about. It might be an ordinary, everyday occurrence. And then you are better. Now that is one emotion. And suppose you are feeling insecure. You are in a job, you think you're not doing well, you're going to be terminated. Your partner is angry with you and You think that your partner is going to leave you forever. Your son doesn't obey you, your daughter doesn't obey you, whatever the reason may be. And you feel, well, what's doing? So there can be 101 situations. You are going on a journey and you are afraid of the terrorist attack. So as I said, there can be thousands of reasons that you are insecure. So how to get over that feeling of insecurity? Mind you, I told you meditation, but meditation for me does not mean closing your eyes, having deep breath, and or praying to God. No, it means mindfulness, an action to ensure that your emotion undergoes a process of sublimation, not of crystallization, but of sublimation. Now, when you are feeling insecure, put yourself in the shoes of somebody who was your well-wisher, your teacher, your parents, your mom, your dad, your elder brother, your elder sister, sibling, or one of your best friends. But somebody who has been away from you for a long time. And then write a letter to yourself on behalf of that person whom you are imagining. Now, when you are writing, number one, your sense of insecurity would be in the background. And when you are writing, you will be writing in a very, very encouraging style. So sense of insecurity would be gone. Can anything be more simple? You see, it's a process of moving away from that emotion, coming away from that. And that helps you become a better human being. Insecurity can be, as I said, anywhere. And now again, I like to stress, meditation is not what you have been thinking about. Meditation is a state of mind where you can see things more rationally, more clearly, and in a proper perspective. So your insecurity would go away when you receive that letter, or even when you are in the process of writing that letter. You would feel enlightened for not understanding that what's going to happen is going to happen. So why be insecure? Whatever the reason may be. So that's a second emotion you can easily get rid of. The third emotion is loneliness. That's the biggest problem nowadays. And as a matter of fact, loneliness is such an emotion and such a crippling emotion that England has appointed a minister of loneliness who ensures that the people are not lonely. And Spain has appointed a minister for love affairs, marriages. So the people are together. And loneliness is not only husband-wife. You can be together, still you can be lonely. You can be in a crowd of people and still you can be lonely. And now, when you're lonely, very simple. Sit quietly, roam about, and think of the thousands of the people who are suffering. Or think of one person whom you know who is suffering. Try to sympathize with that person in absentia. And what I mean is take the pain of others, understand the pain of others. And when you understand the pain of others, you would find that your own pain is not that much as that of others. Try to understand that you are lonely because you are cut off from the social circle. But here, you create a social circle of the people who are in pain, who are in agony, who are in distress. Take that pain, assume that pain, and you will not be lonely. You will be sympathizing. The person might be thousands of miles away, but you would find when you share that pain, tears will come in your eyes. And those tears would wash away the sense of loneliness because you will feel that you are sympathizing with that person. That's one way. Or you can pick up a phone and talk to somebody or write to somebody. But the main thing is that your sense of being isolated, your sense of being lonely should become a part of the social process. Another which is a very, very common emotion is the emotion of impatience. You become impatient. Say you are driving on highway, and then all of a sudden you find that all the vehicles are slowing down, and then they come to a dead stop. 15 minutes pass, half an hour passes, and you start fretting. What's happening? Why is it so? What sort of highways we have? Why should there not be better traffic management? Little thinking that you're a part of that problem. Now, I'm giving you an example. So, if I were you, I would, instead of thinking why this is happening, look outside and look at the colors of the cars, the dress of the people, look at their faces, and you will find they are also impatient, and then think, well, why are they so impatient? This is something which cannot happen. And look, I'm enjoying the colors, I'm enjoying the beauty of the nature, I'm enjoying the landscape. So where there's the colors of the cars, where there's the models of the cars, where there's the people. Somebody is talking on the phone and you'll say, well, look here, he is in a traffic and he's talking on the phone. So you justify other things that condemn others. And then your impatience would be gone. You are diverting your mind from the immediate cause of impatience, anger, resentment. Because being impatient is not going to help you. But suppose you are looking on the highway and you find a beautiful grass, nice clouds in the sky. And you see how good they are. You're communing with nature without in any way leaving your routine. So impatience can be easily handled. And then is envious. This is the biggest problem, being jealous. My friend has got a better car than I have. He has a better house. His children are more well behaved. Now, this is something which can be crippling emotionally, intellectually, and socially. When you are jealous of a person, the moment you meet him, even if you don't tell him, your body language shows that you are not liking that person. Now, if you can handle that emotion very easily, think of that person of whom you are jealous. Then think why you are jealous of him. And then talk to him as a friend. He need not be present. You have to have a dual personality. One is yourself, the other is that person of whom you are jealous. And you praise his children. Well, your children are very well behaved. He'll say, no, that's a matter of my wife, or the school, or the people. And you would find the real reason why you are jealous, number one. And number two, you would also understand that he is also a human being. And when you are talking to him, quite possible, in absentia again I'm saying, you can first be yourself and praise him, and then act as if he is talking to you. This communication, this two-way conversation can be very enlightening and very helpful in making you understand that what you are really jealous is not something to be jealous about. Say, for example, you are thinking of his beautiful car and he tells you, well, look here, it's a really beautiful car, it's a very classic car, it's a great car, but something goes wrong and the maintenance bill is something which is exorbitant and he has to go through the hell to pay. Now imagine it. The reason you were jealous about, you have come across a reason not to be jealous about. So the feeling would die down. You will take him as a human being who has his own problems. So these are the few emotions that we talked today, which, as I said, are emotionally, intellectually, and physically crippling. But handled with mindfulness, I'm not using the word meditation. Mindfulness, you can always get over those emotions and make them commonplace occurrences. Mind you, no emotion, howsoever justified it may be, is worth being mentally, morally crippled. No emotion, no feeling is of such a high order. They are required. As I've been saying, you need to be angry. But that anger has to be sublimated after a couple of minutes. So these techniques which I have told you today, if you implement them, you can be sure you would be bettering thyself. Thank you.